Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you how to do some very basic online research. And you'll need to do this quite often in this course. And it's not that complicated. There are different methods that you can use to do your research. One of them that I teach is the cultural diamond. Another method that I use is to look at an object in terms of its form, its content, or its subject matter. And depending on what I've asked you to do, you can use those methods, and of course there are lots of other methods. But just to get started, I'm going to show you how you might go about researching an object in terms of the cultural diamond. So first of all, I'll probably give you 4 or 5 different objects and ask you to pick one and do some basic research on it. So the first thing that you can do, let's say that the object that I've given you is let's see, it's a painting by, there's like Artemisia Gentileschi. And so the first thing you might want to do is look up the artist. That's Artemisia Gentileschi. That's the name of the artist. So I'm going to Google that, and the first thing I would do is go to Wikipedia and just get some ideas about Artemisia Gentileschi. Okay, let's see. All right, so here's when she lived. So it was during the Baroque era. Okay, what is Baroque? All right, I'm going to read a little bit about Baroque. Okay, so she's a European artist, so we know we're looking at a Western style of Baroque painting. Okay, who's Caravaggio? Okay, another drum. Okay, so there must have been like a group of artists kind of working. Maybe they all knew each other. So here's some work over here. Maybe look at her work. And, it's always, because this is a very visual course, we're looking at objects all the time. It's pretty cool because you can come over here and you can download this file and include it in your analysis. I always like to see images. Okay, there's another one. So what do we see? I always kind of look for patterns. What kind of pattern do you see in all these images? Ooh. All these images. Well, one of the patterns that I see right off the bat, there's these kind of buxom women, right? She's a woman artist and she's painting women, sometimes in these kind of violent, very violent acts. Ugh, ugh. Yeah. Okay. So I'm starting to see a pattern here. Knives, women, breasts, angst. Yeah. So this is kind of the way you do research. So we've gotten a good feel for her work. It seems very dramatic, very over the top, very elaborate, the very dark backgrounds with very glowing, luminous skin. So you want to read as much as you could about this. Try to get an idea of, who is Artemisia Gentileschi? When did she live? What was life like when she was working, living, painting, playing, all the things that she was doing? And you can get all of this just pretty quick on Wikipedia. But don't let Wikipedia be your only source, Let's look at some other stuff. Okay, National Gallery. That's probably a good place to start. And this is in the UK. So here's my second resource. So I could watch a little video on her right here if I wanted to. And I'm pretty keen on videos because I'm not always crazy about reading all this stuff, but I'll listen to a video or a podcast. Everybody learns a little different. So there's another one. And so every time you get a resource, copy that URL and get you a little notepad over here. And here's my new note. Here's research for Miss Robertson's stuff. So come down here and you're going to say Artemisia and then put that URL right there. Got it? Okay, come back over here. And let's capture that one that we used for, let's capture the one that we used for Wikipedia as well. So grab that, come down here and get your notes, grab that one. Okay, let's see if we can find some other stuff. Well, you've already got one kind of dictionary entry, so let's look at this. Art story. I like the word story, so let's look at this. Oh, this is Susanna and Elders. Oh, there's a lot of paintings. Oh, another video. I like the video. Okay, so let's, after you've scanned this, done some studying on it, come over here. Add that one. You only have to have two, but the more you have, Artemisia's moment, you'd want to read all of this. Find what you can, save that one. All right, so you got some pretty good research going here. Look at all these sources. So after you've read all of this, then what you want to do is, let's come down here and get a new page. And using the cultural diamond, you'd say the artist, the social context, the audience, and the object. Miss Robertson can't spell. So you come here and you'd write about who she was, what she painted, who she hung out with, blah, 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 blah. You'd write a bunch of stuff about that. And then you'd write about, what was the world like, where and when she was living. Did it affect what she did and how she painted? Just answer questions like that. Who was the audience? Who would have seen her paintings? People in churches? Were paintings for private homes? You'd answer these kinds of questions and then pick one piece of her work and look at it through form, content, and subject matter. And I put videos on topics like this in your course so you can watch. They're just quick instructor videos to explain to you what form is, and form is how it was painted, content being why, and then why it was painted, what is it the artist is trying to say and why. And then subject matter is the what is it? Is it, in this situation, this is a woman leaning back looking at a man's head on a platter, and that's what it is. It's the subject matter, and it happens to be Salome with the head of St. John the Baptist. We've all heard that story. Okay, so there's some, there you go. That's how I expect you to do some basic research. And see, I didn't have to get up to do that. Of course, you'd need to do a lot more reading, but you'd have to read to be able to answer these questions. But that should do it.